Hello everyone and welcome to an object launcher tutorial in GameMaker Studio 2. Now before we get started I would like to say that this is an updated tutorial of another YouTuber's tutorial that will be linked in the description below. So we have our squid here and we have some bubbles, which is its trajectory, and we can change it. We can change just as it's going along. We can change how the squid is being launched, and the squid also follows the angle path the sprite kind of rotates around. So let's jump right in and I'll show you guys how I did it. Alright, so to get started I have my sprite and the origin is set to the middle. This is the object that's going to be getting launched, and then I also have my bubble sprite with the origin also in the middle, and this is the trajectory path. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and open up a script, or we're going to make a script. I already have the script made and I have it called squid shot. So what we're going to do is we are going to set a couple variables. So we're going to start with var xx equals argument 0, var spd equals argument 1, var angle equals degtorad, I'm not really honestly sure how you say that, argument 2, and then we're going to set var x0 equal to argument 3, var y0 equal to argument 4, and then we're going to have var gr equals argument 5. Now, I'm going to be honest, the next part I'm just going to copy and paste. I've had a lot of trouble getting this formula correct. I've recorded this about 10 times now. I can see the files. So I'm going to paste it in. There it is. If you want to pause the video right now, I'll give you a second to do so, and you can type that all yourself. But this part, I've had a lot of trouble getting the parentheses aligned. And all of this code will be available in the description down below, as usual. So if you would like that, you can go ahead and do that. And then we're just going to add a return pause y, just so it pauses the script, essentially, is what return does. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to our squid object. I already have the squid object made, and I've already made all the events, and we're going to go straight into the create event. So within the create event, we're going to set some variables. We're going to set fast equal to 20. We're going to set angle equal to 45. We're going to set GRA equal to 0.75. We're going to set shoot equal to false. We're going to set scale equal to 2. We're going to set rotate equal to false. So these are just some variables. I'll kind of explain them as we go along. We're now going to move into our step event. So if rotate equals true, we're then going to have a curly bracket, and we're going to set our image angle equal to direction plus 270. So what this is doing is it's basically when we launch the squid, it's able to kind of rotate and follow that arc. If you don't want that, or if your image is perfectly symmetrical and spherical, you don't really need this. But it makes it look a little bit better if you have a normal object. So now we're going to do if shoot equals false, and then a curly bracket. And we're going to do if keyboard check, ORD, and then D, and then close the parentheses, and then we're going to have a bracket there. We're going to do fast plus equals 0.5. And then we're going to copy and paste this, and we're going to instead change this to A, and we're going to change this to negative fast. So this is basically just changing the speed of how fast it's getting launched, and this will change the trajectory a little bit too. So we're now going to copy this, and we're going to paste it, and we're going to change the A instead to a W, and the fast we're going to change it to angle, and I prefer the angle to be 1 instead of 0.5, because otherwise it feels very slow to move. And we're going to change the negative to a positive. We're now going to copy and paste this. We're going to change the W instead to an S, and we're going to change the +1 to a -1. Now we're going to add another if shoot equals false. You can add all this code within there without doing another if statement, but personally I think it makes it look a little bit messy. So we're then going to add some curly brackets, and what we're going to do here is we're going to do if keyboard check pressed vk underscore space, and then some curly brackets, shoot equal true, so that the game knows the squid is being shot, direction equals angle, to change the direction of where the squid is getting launched to, speed equals fast, to change how fast the squid is getting launched, and then rotate equals true, so we get that sprite rotation. And we're going to make this an else statement, so we're going to do else, then the curly bracket, and then we are going to gravity equals GRA, just setting the gravity as a standard. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move into our draw GUI event, and within there we're going to do a for loop. So for var I equals 2, I is less than 32, and then we're going to do I plus equals 1. So what this loop is doing is it's basically adding 1 to the variable I until it's greater than or less than 32. I have the starting variable as 2, and that removes the big circle around your beginning sprite, and it will remove a second really big awkward circle. You can change this back to 0 if you would prefer to have those. It's more of a preference choice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do var x pos, which is setting our x position of our trajectory, I times 32, and then we're going to change var y pos, which is setting the y of the trajectory, and we're going to set it to the script that we made. So we're going to do squid shot, and then we're going to do x pos, fast, angle, 0, 0, and then our gravity. And so that's just setting the y position of where our sprite of our bubbles are going to be. And then we're going to draw the sprites. We're going to do draw sprite ext, and then we're going to do our bubble sprite, and then we're going to do 0, and then we're going to do x start plus x position to offset our x position, and then we're going to do y start minus y position. If you have that plus, it'll invert it. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to do 1 times scale divided by I, this needs to be in parentheses too, divided by parentheses I plus 1, and then 2 closed parentheses, and then a comma, and then we're going to copy and paste this same thing again. So we'll have that, and then we're going to do a comma, and then we're going to do 0, and then c underscore white, and 1. These last 3 instances here are honestly just kind of pointless. They're just there because GameMaker makes us put them there, or it gets angry. Then we're going to go over to our placeholder object. So if you haven't made that, go ahead and make it and add a step event. Now this is just going to be respawning the squid every time he falls off the screen for testing purposes. So if instance exists, if the instance does not exist, squid object, we need to create him. So we're just going to do instance create depth, and then 128, 288, 1, and then squid O. So this is just spawning him at those coordinates. That's where it is on my game. It might be different for yours. So we have the squid. Make sure you've added the squid and you've added the placeholder object to the room. And when we hit F5 and build this, it will hopefully work successfully. There we go. So we have our squid. We can change the trajectory, and when we shoot it, it follows. Oh, we did forget to add the outside room event for the squid. We're just going to do instance destroy. There we go. So now when he falls outside of the room, he will be destroyed and respawned. So if you think about it, you just kind of, this squid will be forever getting flung to be killed and to be brought back. So that's enjoyable. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. All of my code will be available, especially the script. For some reason, this part right here, I kept messing up on the parentheses every time I try and record this. So this is currently the 11th time I've recorded it. That's why I've kind of copied and pasted it. This is a remake of another YouTuber's tutorial, so his stuff will be in the description. Go check him out. It's just kind of an older tutorial, and some of the code was unnecessary, so I removed it and kind of changed some things around. Thank you for watching. I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both are great ways to contact me. Also, leave a comment if you like this, and leave a like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. I smile and say I hope you're feeling